Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Brothers channel, and today I'm going to be doing a versus video between the PG4 and the Zoom Freak 1. So the Zoom Freak 1 is going for 120 bucks, the PG4 is going for 110 bucks, or the PG4, and then the Nike ID is only going for 130 bucks. A customized shoe, only $10 more expensive than the Zoom Freak 1, which is kind of insane. If you guys want to cop either of these, I'll leave a link in the description box, but let's get started off with the traction. So I have like two pairs, and the PG4, this is, I guess, half translucent, half solid. The Nike ID pair is a full white outsole, and I don't really notice the difference between the performance on both the translucent and solid. But as far as the performance on the clean court, they're both really good. They have a great stop. I would say even the Zoom Freak 1 stops a little bit harder. And for the Zoom Freak 1, I have like the exact same situation as the PG4. Like this pair is half translucent, half solid. This all black pair with the iridescent swoosh is solid black. But on a dusty setting, I would say the PG4 is a little bit better because I never had any slipping out issues. Like this one, if a little bit too much dust like built up on the shoe, I would slide out. Like it would get a little dangerous. The PG4 never really did that. It just didn't have a good stop when it was a dusty setting. Both of them are pretty easy to wipe off. You just do a slight little wipe and they're clean. You're good to go. And as far as outdoor use, they're both, I mean, the Zoom Freak 1, where the flower pattern is, it's a very, very hard rubber, but where like this modified herringbone is, it's really, really soft. So because of the soft herringbone, I don't think it'll be very durable, and I don't think you guys would like, going through this very fast. So I'm just gonna say they're both not very good for outdoors, but I feel like the Zoom Freak 1 will be a little bit better because of this hard part. The PG4 is just super soft, very small nubs. So overall, I would say I like the PG4 a little bit better because its performance on dust is a little bit better. Moving on to the heel to toe transition, they're both pretty smooth. I mean, you have a nice curved shape here in the heel. They're both flexible in the forefoot. Let's see the Zoom Freaks, and then nice curved shape here in the forefoot as well. The only thing is the PG4 feels a little bit smoother in the heel because there is heel compression. The Zoom Freak 1 is absolutely stiff with this Phylon. Reminds me of like the Kyrie 2, like very, very stiff foam. So the PG4 is a little bit smoother for a heel to toe transition. And moving on to the cushion, you guys already know which one I like better. I mean, the Zoom Freak 1, there's a double stack zoom unit in the heel, and you can see the outline of it. Like, you can't really feel it too easily. Like, I can't feel it in this one, but I can feel it in this one. It's so weird. It's kind of like maybe they messed up in this first release pair, and then they fixed it in this. I don't know, but I can feel it in this a little bit more. And it's not even that crazy, and the foam is really, really stiff. There's no compression at all, like I said. The PG4 uses a very, very soft foam, and you can definitely feel the compression here in the heel and in the forefoot. And you have that full length air strobel unit, which feels heavenly. It's so what a sexy time for your feet, guys. I love it. It's not too soft, it's not too mushy. It's just the right amount of compression for me personally. And it's slightly bouncy. If you're like running around, you can feel a little bit of bounce. If you're just like walking around, it's more soft. And I love it. This is probably one of my favorite cushion setups available. Zoom Freak 1 is very lackluster, so PG4 for me. Moving on to the materials, the Zoom Freak 1 is, I would say, it's a little bit thinner actually. Yeah, it feels a little bit thinner. I mean, it's very cheap feeling, and it looks kind of cheap. Like, and it's very, very flimsy. Like, you guys hear that? Right? And even after it's broken in, but like on foot, it's actually not bad. It feels pretty soft. It conforms to your foot really well. And I just like how minimal it feels on foot. And PG4 feels a little bit better and a little bit softer, and I would say cozier as well, but the quality seems a little bit better. Like the shroud and mesh material doesn't seem bad. It's made from like a pretty nice textile, and then this neoprene booty underneath the shroud also feels very nice on foot. So quality wise and on foot, I would say the PG4 feels a little bit better. Like, a lot of you guys really didn't like the Zoom Freak 1 materials. Like on Instagram, you guys said it feels very cheap, which I agree with. So PG4 has better materials for a cheaper price, which is interesting. Moving on to the fit, the PG4 go up half a size, and if you go up half a size, that fit is snug. And if you don't like a snug fit, go up a full size. I went true to size with this pair, and this was just way too short. and I went up half a size with this pair and it fit me perfectly. Like my toe is kind of like right at the edge. This one's like my toe is kind of curling up. The Zoom Freak one go true to size. They're both pretty damn narrow and very tight in the toe box area, so watch out for that. But if you like a very snug fit overall, they're both really good. And then putting these on, like one thing I love about the Zoom Freak 1 is the tongue. Like the tongue is so plush. They use a good amount of foam. I wouldn't say too much. It's just the right amount for me personally. And this tongue is oversized, so it's very large. And I just love how it feels on my foot. The PG4 doesn't have that. It's more of just like it's a one booty upper basically, and it's slightly stretchy. You know, the neoprene that they use is stretchy, but you know, there's a lot of like stitching that doesn't allow it to stretch as much. So like putting the shoe on, the Zoom Freak 1 is a little bit easier because of this large tongue. The PG4, especially at first, is kind of hard to put on, but you know, once you break it in, it gets easier. And for support and lockdown, I would say like the Zoom Freak 1 is a little bit better. Like the PG4, I didn't really have any issues. The Zoom Freak 1 actually has a lateral counter with this rubber coming up from the outsole. So that actually cages you, and I didn't feel any type of lateral containment issues. I mean, they don't have an outrigger, but they're both like wide, you know? So they both have wide and low bases, and they both seem, yeah, the width of the outsole is pretty much the same. So I felt laterally stable for both of the shoes. Moving on to the weight. Which one do you guys think is lighter? Maybe the PG4 is gonna be a little bit heavier. The PG4 is coming at 12.63 ounces. And the Zoom Freak is, yeah, 11.04. So yeah, the PG4 is a good amount heavier. And it feels a little bit heavier, or not heavier, but a little bit bulkier, you know? Like, the Zoom Freak 1 is just, this material is just so thin. The PG4, you have this neoprene upper with a shroud over that. So I would say the Zoom Freak 1 definitely feels more minimal. As far as the step-in comfort goes, if you're gonna use these shoes casually and you're wondering which one's more comfortable, obviously the PG4. The Zoom Freak 1, I mean, it's okay. It's definitely a comfortable shoe, but the PG4 is on a whole different level. Durability-wise, I would say the PG4 is a little bit better. I mean, the outsole, they're both not good, but the upper just seems more durable. Like the Zoom Freak 1, it just feels very thin and flimsy. I feel like this material will tear and will develop a hole through heavy use. So I'd have to give the edge to the PG4. As far as the aesthetics go, I mean, not a huge fan of either of these shoes. I would say I like the Zoom Freak 1 a little bit more. As far as the colorways go though, the PG4 colorways are a little bit better in my opinion. I really like the Gatorade colorways, or like the All-Star colorway, you know, the orange one, and I really like the plaid one that came out. So PG4 colorways, in my opinion, are a little bit better. But the Zoom Freak one, I like this one's really dope as well. So tell us what you guys think looks better down in the comment section below. So wrapping things up, PG4 is cheaper and is the better performer. Cushion's better, materials feel more quality, traction is just as good. So yeah, that concludes my versus video. Again, if you guys want to cop either of these, I'll leave a link in the description box, but I would suggest getting the PG4s. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next one.